Good evening and welcome to our championship predictions. How are you doing, Bez? Looking forward to this one?
Yeah, good. I mean, we've gone from one extreme to the other this in a week. So I've been 2 games in the space of 3 days. So, yeah. Oh, looking forward to this weekend, yeah.
Super. Let's start with the first game then. So, Portsmouth versus Oxford. And looks like we're both thinking a stalemate here. Relegation battle. 2 teams really in the mire. 2 teams I think will both be relegated as well. I've gone 1-1. You've gone the same.
Yeah, it's a massive game actually, because I think the loser of this game, if there is a loser, I think they're in real danger. Now, the reason I've got a draw is because I think, Portsmouth you'd expect to be stronger. They've been at home. They've had a distal year in the Championship. However, Oxford are the team who've had a little bit of form in the last 4 or 5 weeks. So, yeah, that cancels each other out for me. That's why I've gone a 1-1 draw.
Fair enough. On to the next game, Millwall versus Norwich. So this is a difficult one because Norwich are in form. I've gone for a Norwich victory, 1-0 against promotion chasing Millwall. Just got a feeling that Millwall might slip up here. And if any team is capable of taking advantage of that, it is a very informed Norwich. So I'm going 1-0.
Yeah, again, I mean, I said it in the last game, Portsmouth, but another tough game. Now, Millwall flying high, and we said on a number of these, we both want them to up, don't we? Really, I'd love Millwall in the Premiership, and I'd also love it if West Ham came down. Because I think Millwall fans would love that, and that could happen. My only issue why Millwall won't win is because Norwich they're in really good form. I said it on last prediction video. I like the way they run. They've got a new manager who's doing really well. He's probably dropped a level from where he were previously. And it is another tough game to predict. And I've kind of bottled it and just gone a 1-1 draw.
Fair enough. On to the next game then. So Blackburn versus West Brom. So you're a keen advocate for Blackburn. I think they're not very good. I definitely think West Brom will stay up. I've gone for them to get a win here as well. I think it'll be a tight game, but I've gone 1-0.
Yeah, and as obviously I said, pre-show, this is literally me versus you, because obviously I have said that I think Blackburn have got no chance going down, but I think West Brom will, and you were vice versa. So this is literally me versus you. And for that reason, that's the only reason I've kind of gone 2-1. I can see it actually in a draw. And if it is a draw, it's played better for Blackburn than it is for West Brom. But yeah, I'm going to stick with 2-1 because I just like the Blackburn manager. One thing I didn't realise, actually, I'd forgotten this. The Blackburn manager is also the Northern Ireland manager, which I completely forgot that. So, he's not had a rest. I wonder if that'll make a difference. He's being with Ireland, and the West Brom manager's been able to work with his players. So I wonder if that'll have an impact, which is interesting.
West Brom have caught them up now, so they're only behind Blackburn on goal difference, 1 goal as well. That's all it is now.
Fair enough then.
They're on the same points now, both on 43 points. Blackburn are minus 13 and West Brom are minus 14. So that's the only difference separating them. And my side are going to overtake your side this weekend. So I'll keenly be watching that one.
Same here, yeah. Come on, Blackburn.
On to the next one. Bristol City versus Sheffield United. So I've upset some Sheffield United fans with saying I think Neil Warnock should be sacked. In fairness, the poll does back my argument. There isn't many votes on it, I will add, but still, I don't think he's doing a great job. And if they don't finish top 10, he should get sacked. I think they'll win this game, though. Bristol City, they're an okay team. Nothing special at Championship level. I think Sheffield United would have a bit too much firepower for them. I'm going 2-1 Sheffield United.
Yeah, and your comment did get a lot of people interested, Sheffield United fans kind of commenting and moaning and what have you. And I have to say, I was at work today, and I've got a Sheffield United fan at work, and I played him the clip of you saying that, and I have to say he would disagree with what you were saying as well. He wants Wilder to stay, but again, that's just his opinion. This game, I do agree with you. I do think Sheffield have, they're underperforming. I don't think you're wrong there. The reason I've got a Bristol City win is purely because it's Hodgson's first home game, and I can just see him getting a win for Hodgson on his first game. It's as simple as that, really. United are on beach a little bit, which is why I think they have the form has dropped off in the last few weeks. I think it's because they know they can't do anything, and again, that's another reason why I think Bristol City will win the game.
Yeah, they're currently above Sheffield United as well. Believe it or not, crazy. Next game up, Derby County, my pre-season relegation pick versus Stoke, and I've gone for a 1-1 draw here. Derby, I don't think they can get anywhere. Stoke, they're just the middle of the road team, aren't they? I can see why you've gone 2-1. I could see potentially them nicking it, but I don't think Derby are that good. I think they're in a sort of. I know that people are going to say, "Oh, they're 8th," and they've got no chance of making the playoffs. They're nowhere near good enough. Honestly, they've overachieved this season of Derby, and I think they'll get found out. So yeah, they're one hit wonders this season. Back to struggling next year, I think, for Derby.
I disagree. I like Derby. I think the manager's a great manager. He did well at Blackburn. Moved on from then to Derby. He's obviously kept them up in his first season, and then he's got them to within a few places at playoffs. The form's pretty good. I really like the fact they've got Adjiman and Sammy Smonics. I know Smonics is injured now, but that's still a great forward line. And what Derby have done quite well, actually, is they've recruited from like a European clubs or more Scandinavian clubs, and it does seem to be working for them. To be fair, if you look at their squad, a lot of players you thought we've probably never heard of because they're all from Sweden, Norway, Denmark, whatever. So that's obviously working well for them. And it's weird because there's a lot of championship clubs now who tend to look at Scandinavia. So yeah, I just find it interesting. But yeah, I've gone Derby win. Stoke are so inconsistent. I like Mark Robins. In fact, I love Mark Robins. But I'm a bit disappointed that he's gone this year for him. I guess the word for Stoke is patience. Give Mark Robins a year or two, and I'll tell you what, he'll be fighting to get into the Premier League in no time. And that's what I'd say about Stoke.
Okay. Next up, Ipswich versus Birmingham. I think we've both gone for an Ipswich win by the look of it. So I've gone 2-1. I think it'll be a bit closer. I do think Birmingham are okay. I don't think they're ever going to challenge the top half. And I think Ipswich are on course to get automatics. I think they may miss out. I think Middlesbrough maybe just have enough to get them over the line. But I think Ipswich have got a game in hand, so they win that. They are above Middlesbrough. So, yeah, I do fancy Ipswich. They've got a good side. I think they'll definitely win this one. I've gone 2-1.
Yeah, again, very similar to yourself. I've just got a 2-0 rather than 2-1. Ipswich, they're full mode now. They're not lost for what seems like a while. The last 5 games, got 2 wins and 3 draws. Birmingham, nothing to play for now. And I think you'll probably find that Birmingham are probably on beach now. And I think they might drop off between that end of the season. They're not going to go down, obviously. They're nowhere near that, but I do think they might drop off. And if I were Birmingham, I'd be looking and making sure that they are looking to head towards next season and that they get the recruitment right in the summer. I'd still continue with the manager. I know he's been under a little bit of pressure. I think that's a bit unfair. I think they're expecting Birmingham to get straight into the playoffs, which I know Wrexham are close. I get that, but the level of investment Wrexham have had is probably far higher than Birmingham, and that's why they're up there. And also as well, Wrexham have a different, they have one style of playing which is quite direct, whereas I think Birmingham are trying to play fantasy football, so that takes longer to build. So yeah, Ipswich 2, Birmingham 1, and Ipswich will go up in my opinion.
No, you're 2-0, Bez.
Sorry, yeah, Ipswich 2, Birmingham 0. Sorry, yeah.
Next up, I mean, talk about on the beach. Talk about probably the two most pointless Championship clubs in the division. Never going to go up, never going to go down. Boring as hell. I wish Rotherham would be one of these teams, to be honest. At Preston, I think we are capable. But, I mean, yeah, these two teams, nothing teams at this level. I'm just purely going for a 2-1 win for Preston, purely because their home form is usually quite good. They're hard to beat at home, and I'm going 2-1.
Yeah, exactly the same for me. I've only gone Preston just because of the home form. I know QPR have got they've got a couple of wins, but they're still inconsistent for me. And it's a cipher game where you can see someone who's putting a bet on. QPR's won 2 in a row. I'm going to get them on again, and they'll end up losing the game. I can just see it now. Preston won their last game as well, so fair play. They beat Stoke 3-1. And as you said, Lee, I just think Preston are relatively good at home, and that's why they'll get the win 1-0.
So next up, it's now or never for Leicester. Couldn't ask for an easier game, really. Sheffield Wednesday, the worst team at this level for God knows how long. Yeah, I mean, they've got to win. The form isn't great. I thought they would be doing better, Leicester. I thought they'd have won the last game, predicted them to win. They didn't win. They ended up drawing 0-0, was it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're in trouble. I think they'll win this game, though. I've gone for 3-1. I'll go for a Jerry Yates goal for Sheffield Wednesday. And then they'll just get pummeled 3-1.
Yeah, and again, it's massive game for Leicester, this. They are expected to win. They are expected to win quite comfortably because of the way Sheffield Wednesday are. And let's face it, Leicester's still got quality players. And if they did draw this or lose this, then you really would be panicking if you're a Leicester fan. But I just can't see it. Even Rotherham would beat Wednesday at the minute. I really think they're that bad. We spoke about it last week. I believe that the manager should be under pressure, and to me, he should get sacked. I get it's difficult.
Yeah, maybe they hadn't even got on to. I know they got deducted. What was it? 18 points. They're still on -6.
Yeah. Is that going to be a first ever then? Like, is that the first ever time a professional club? Because he might have offered in non-league, but a professional club has finished on -points. I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Wow.
Got to be.
So yeah, breaking records all over, and you can't say, Wednesday fans, that it's all down to points, because Rotherham got deducted more points than you in League 2 and finished 11th. Now I know it's a lot lower league, but it can be done. So, and this is why
once all season Wednesday.
Exactly. You look at Wednesday's team, right? Like, I know Wednesday fans, because quite local to us, as we know, who don't like these sort of players. But they've got players like Dominic Iorfa, who I was really rated personally, but he does get a lot of stick. They had the first 6 months, they had Harry Amas from Man U, who he looks absolutely quality. They've got. I think they've actually not got. If you look at their squad, right, yes, there are a couple of youngsters in there who are playing, get that, but that squad should definitely be getting 30 points at least, and they're not. They're nowhere near that. So yeah, very disappointing season. They're going to go down again hopefully next season. But on this game, Wednesday 0, Leicester 2, hopefully.
Next up, Watford Charlton. I've gone for a comfortable 2-0 win. I think Charlton, I think they've overachieved this season, to be fair. I do like the manager at Charlton, though. I wish we'd have got him. I think, yeah. I don't think there's. I mean, they still could potentially. They need another at least 2 points, Charlton, to be guaranteed a safety, really. But I don't think they'll go down now. But Watford, they're just sort of ninth, aren't they? They're not going to target the playoffs or anything. So I'm just going to go steady 2-0 victory for Watford. I think both teams on the beat.
Very similar to yourself. I've just gone 1-0. I've gone 1-0 because Charlton have been quite good defensively, so I just think that they'll go there for a point. I said it last week. I said it on the video that came out on yesterday, actually, that I think Charlton will try and grind 2 or 3 draws, which will get them that 50 points. And I think they'll start here. I just don't think they'll have enough, and they'll get a goal, because what Watford have got is a lot of creativity in their side. I'd said about a ball season, actually, Watford, at one time they were up and down between Premier League and Championship, and now they just seem like a mid-table Championship side who seem to sack the manager every 5 minutes. So a lot of work that needs to be done at Watford. I think they need to agree where they're heading, what they're aiming to do, because I think it's all messy at the minute. They seem to sign random players from like feeder clubs who they're linked with, and just messy. But I think they'll win this. Watford 1, Charlton 0.
And up next, Swansea versus Middlesbrough, and we've both gone same here. Middlesbrough win, obviously second in the league. Swansea, I mean, they're another team, aren't they? Just nothing team in the Championship. Never really going to challenge, never really going to go down. So, I think Middlesbrough will come out on top here. It'll be tough because obviously bank holiday weekend, obviously Swansea will be back by a decent home following. But I think Middlesbrough will have enough to come out on top. 2-1.
Yeah, and I do actually agree. The only thing that I was going to say about this was this is the sort of game where Middlesbrough could bottle like they have done in previous years. I don't think this is a foregone conclusion. I know that we've both gone and Middlesbrough win, but I don't think this is a foregone conclusion, as I've said. Middlesbrough I expect to win. Swansea have got nothing to play for, but as I said, this is the sort of game where Middlesbrough will not pick a point up, or they'll lose or whatever, and it'll be the start of their decline, because I still expect Middlesbrough to decline and they'll not finish in top 2. Like, I'm looking at league table now, and at the minute it's out of their hands, because I know the second Ipswich have got a game in hand. Ipswich win that game in hand, they do go second. I just can't see anything but a Coventry and Ipswich promotion. And look, good luck to Middlesbrough in playoffs, but as we always say, it's normally the form team who go for the playoffs, and at the minute, the one form team who's in the playoffs is Southampton, and they'd have to play Southampton as well in the 2-legged semi-final. So, I'm sorry, Middlesbrough fans, but I do think you can end up in this division again next season.
Oh dear. Hull City versus Coventry. I've gone for Coventry win. Hull are doing well, though. They're 5th in the table, so this ain't going to be an easy game. I think it'll be very tight. Hull will be backed by a decent crowd. But I just feel at the minute Coventry are just, 9 points clear at the top? They're just pulling them results out. They just seem to get it when they need to get it. And this will be a massive result. And I think they win this, and it guarantees them winning the league, in my view.
I'd agree with that. If they win this game, I think it would. I think this is one of the harder games they've got left. Hull obviously doing well in the playoffs, and to me, that's why I've got a draw. Coventry, they have been known to slip up in the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks. They did manage to get through that period and go on a winning run, which is great. But I think it's the type of game where I think Coventry see a draw as a good result. Yeah, I really do. Especially with being 9 points clear a second. I just think Hull will battle and get a point.
Fair enough. And then finally, this is going to be a tough game. Wrexham versus Southampton. I've gone 2-2. I think Southampton, like you, I think they're gonna take some stopping in them playoffs. They really are. And I don't think Wrexham are going to have enough to beat them. I really don't. I think it's going to be a tough game for Wrexham. But obviously, Wrexham will have got the home crowd, everything behind them. Obviously, they're only a place behind sort of Southampton. So I think they'll really go for it. And they'll give Southampton a real run for the money. And that's why I've gone 2-2. And I think Southampton will take that as well because it just keeps Wrexham at arm's bay. And obviously, I think it'll just cement that playoff spot. I think Southampton are guaranteed to hit the playoffs for me.
It will be a great game, this one. And one thing I will say, Feely, going for a draw, is Wrexham will be up for this game. And what they've created at Wrexham is a brilliant atmosphere when they're at home. Now, I know they've got the stand behind the goal missing, which is not helping, but they still managed to do a good job in creating the atmosphere. And the reason I've got a Southampton win is because I do see Wrexham critical game, attacking like they do, working hard, creating chances. But a bit like when they played Chelsea, like I'm not saying Southampton are like Chelsea, but Wrexham played Chelsea, put in a brilliant performance, but ultimately Chelsea were just too strong for him. And I just see it the same here. Southampton have underachieved this season, even though they are looking like they're going to get playoffs. The stats are underachievement for me. They should have been in those top three positions, and they're not. So, I mean, does it matter if they win promotion in the playoffs? No, it doesn't. But yeah, that's the reason I think Southampton will get the win. I just think the quality will be enough to see them through.
Super. And that wraps us up for the bank holiday fixtures. So, do you agree with our predictions? Do you think that we're right about Neil Warnock? What am I on about?
Neil Warnock?
Chris Wilder. Do you think we're right about Chris Wilder? Do you think he is underachieving? Put your comments in. We always respond to them. If we've upset a fan base again, we really are sorry. It's nothing personal. It's just our sort of predictions. It don't make any difference. Bez usually gets them wrong in the Championship anyway.
Hey. but I get them right in what's most important league, which is League One.
Yeah, you'll need to get right in League Two next season, though, mate.
I know, God. God.
All right, then. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.
Cheers, all. See ya.